Hey, survivors. I know. Don't just hate survivor us. Girl, where you been? To be honest, nowhere, everywhere, right here, and lost all at the same dang time. Y'all, I have not been in my word the way I'm supposed to be. And to be completely real with you, I was logging into my Bible app just so I could keep my streak going. I haven't been on my knees praying and talking to the Lord the way I'm supposed to. And do y'all know I had the nerve to blame the dog for being in my way? And I certainly haven't been posting my weekly messages like I'm supposed to. And it would be really easy to say it's because I was overwhelmed with work or life, and that wouldn't be entirely untrue. However, excuses are easy. And just like friendships, hobbies, relationships, and so much more, we show up for what we want to in spite of because of the intentional decision to do it. And y'all, to be honest, I just didn't feel like showing up. So last week, in my quest to maintain my Bible app streak, I messed around and clicked on a plan called Brick by Brick Rebuilding What Matters. Cause baby, let me tell you, the Lord is not US Postal. If he has a message for you, he is going to make sure that it gets to you by any means necessary. So I click on day one, and this plan, the scripture reference is literally the prequel to my series. All right, God, I see you. But not only do I see you, I see that I was trying to talk to the people about the opposition that happens during the rebuild without even considering what really happens before the building started. Whether it be a house or a relationship, we don't just show up one day and start stacking bricks. There's a whole situation that precedes the build. And if you haven't prepared for the build, the opposition that I thought I was ready to talk about is really going to kick your butt. So, guys, I started this plan on Monday, which shoulda, woulda, coulda meant that I could have been back on my game on Monday afternoon, Tuesday, shoot, even Wednesday. And I thought about it, but really I made no actionable moves. And then Sunday came. On Sunday, I attended Zion Church via Bedside Baptist thanks to YouTube and my smart TV, and Pastor Battle got me all the way together. He preached from Isaiah chapter 45, and the message was entitled God of the Dark. And I'm not going to recap his whole message for y'all. Feel free to go and follow Zion Anywhere on YouTube if you're interested. But there are a few verses in this chapter that really resonated with me. Isaiah chapter 45 verse 3 says, "And I will give you treasures hidden in the darkness, secret riches. I will do this so that you may know that I am the Lord, the God of Israel, the one who calls you by name." And then Isaiah chapter 45 verses 5 through 7. "I am the Lord, there is no other God. I have equipped you for battle, though you don't even know me. So all the world from east to west will know there is no other God. I am the Lord, there is no other. I create the light and the darkness. I send good times and bad times. I, the Lord, am the one who does these things." Y'all, it was that part. Y'all, let me tell you. So I slept for years with a nightlight on in my room. And even now, I go to sleep with my TV on. And then downstairs in my kitchen, I leave the light over the stove on just in case I have to go downstairs in the middle of the night. I'm not interested in going to nobody's scary house. And even at the movie theater, I always make sure I know where all the exits are before the lights go down. Because let me tell you, your girl does not like the dark. But the word says, and Pastor Battle reminded me, that God is not just the God of light. He's not just the God of the good times. He created the dark too. And not only did he create that thing, he's got treasures hidden in that space. And if you're there for a reason. So while I'm over here frozen, too scared to make a move, because y'all, in the beginning of the year, I was running through the dark. And guess what happened? Your girl stubbed her toe, sat down, and decided that I was going to be still till the lights came back on because that thing hurt. But I'm not going to sit and do nothing. I'm called to move cautiously, obediently, in survival. Ding, ding, ding. Girl, get your tail back on in there and claim your treasure. Get in there and continue to help others to navigate the darkness as God continues to reveal who he is and what he's able to do. So here we are, about to do this thing in the dark. When I last came to you, which was legit 6 weeks ago, we were in Nehemiah chapter 4. Nehemiah has returned to Jerusalem to rebuild this wall, and he and his team are about to rebuild in the middle of the build, and all the things start happening. Nehemiah and his team literally face opposition on every leg of their journey. But what I've come to learn this week, after being AWOL for a minute, is that their actions while building the wall in the midst of opposition were important. However, it was the moves that were made prior to the build that ensured their success. Nehemiah learns that the wall in Jerusalem has been torn down and that the gate has been destroyed by fire in chapter 1 of our text. Do y'all know what Nehemiah did when he first heard this news? Chapter 1, verse 4 says that he sat down and wept. Y'all, he cried first. Then the word says that he mourned, fasted, and prayed to the God of heaven. Honey, if you are in a season of darkness and you think that you're ready to rebuild and you haven't cried about that thing yet, or done whatever it is that you do to release your emotions, you ain't ready. Y'all, that's what's wrong with so many of us. We're walking around here with these walls rebuilt with old bricks, putting old wine in new wine skins. We have to stop trying to fix everything, build something new, move on to something or somebody else before we've dealt with the hurt, the pain, or the trauma that caused that thing or that wall to fall in the first place. Y'all, Nehemiah wept, he mourned, and then he fasted and prayed. Again, Nehemiah hadn't booked a plane ticket to Jerusalem. He hadn't stopped by the Home Depot. He hadn't hired not one worker. He cried, he fasted, and he prayed. And when he prayed, y'all, he prayed. Verse 5 says, "O Lord, God of heaven, the great and awesome God who keeps his covenant of unfailing love with those who love him and obey his command." 6. Listen to my prayer. Look down and see me praying night and day for your people, Jerusalem. I confess that we have sinned against you. Yes, even my own family and I have sinned. 7. We have sinned terribly by not obeying the commands, decrees, and regulations that you gave us through your servant Moses. 8. Please remember what you told your servant Moses. If you are unfaithful to me, I will scatter you among the nations. 9. But if you return to me and obey my commands and live by them, then even if you are exiled to the ends of the earth, I will bring you back to the place I have chosen for my name to be honored. And 10, the people you rescue by your great power have strong hands, are your servants. Number 11, O Lord, please hear my prayer. Listen to the prayers of those of us who delight in honoring you. Please grant me success today by making the king favorable to me. Put it in his heart to be kind to me. So guys, let me tell you a little bit about Nehemiah. Nehemiah was the king's cupbearer. So he needed the king's permission to even go back to Jerusalem. And not only that, the king had the ability to equip Nehemiah with resources that would support his travel as well as the rebuild. But before he even thought about talking to the king, he talked to God. Again, we haven't even made it to Jerusalem yet. But this right here is the foundation before the foundation is laid. Nehemiah submitted his plan to God before he talked it over with anyone. That's why his plan was able to succeed in the midst of opposition, because God stamped that thing and paved the way before Nehemiah even knew that he was going to be needed. Y'all, not only did the king give Nehemiah his blessing, he gave him letters for the governors that basically gave him permission to be wherever he was and do whatever he needed to do. And he sent him with some bodyguards. And I don't know if y'all really understand how much of a God thing that is. Chapter 2, verse 8 says that the king granted these requests because the gracious hand of God was on him. The hand of God. Y'all, we're all going to face opposition. We are all going to have to walk in the dark. But when God is holding your hand, Pastor Battle said it real good this morning. He said that the right hand symbolizes strength and guidance. Y'all, let me talk to y'all about hand holding for a second. I can't stand the Walmart parking lot. It never fails that there's going to be somebody's child running loose. And guys, my car is a 2011. I don't have a backup camera. And Lil Susie just be skipping through the cars like she's wearing her rubber bumpers. That's my mama saying. And y'all, I know I'm not made of rubber bumpers any more than Susie is. So God, take my hand. Guide me, give me strength, keep me from wandering aimlessly. Lord, please hold my hand. So guys, the rebuild, it's going to happen. We're going to get to rebuild. The house is going to get built. The business is going to open. The job opportunity is going to present itself. The relationship will come. But when we get there, we got to be ready. Because guess what, guys? When you get into that house, appliances will break. The toilet at that brand new business is going to back up. You're going to inherit at least one jerk on the team at that new job. And even if that relationship is new, you was in the last one too. So we got to be prepared for these things to happen. And we do that by ensuring that we feel our feelings and mourn what we lost. And then we keep God all up and through every step as we move forward. And even then, we still not quite ready to rebuild. But I'm going to talk to y'all about that next time. So before I close today, I really want to shout out my buddy. You know exactly who you are. This week she said, so should I stop reminding you about your videos? Nope. Keep holding me accountable, sis. Because the videos are viewed by you guys, but when I'm not making them, I'm also not connecting with Christ the way that he told me to. And we can't have that, can we? So yeah, I pray that this message was a blessing to you because crafting it was definitely a blessing for me. I thank you guys for joining me, and I'll see you guys next time right here on the Survival Guide. Take care.